change of time, Zeitenwende, means also change attitude. Because if times are changing and we stay the same, what does it mean? So I think Manado Nardis, the CEO of OMD, will talk a little bit to us about exactly that topic. Manado, welcome. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, and thank you, Joe, for your presentation, because having shared so much information about science, legislation, privacy, I can now afford to have 15-20 minutes talking about attitude, about agility. And you've given me permission to have a presentation without any facts whatsoever, which is quite rare for media agencies, because normally we're very focused on facts. I just thought that you all know so well what is happening around you that it was little value in sharing more information about what is happening. And I just wanted to add a personal interpretation of how we, how we are reacting to what is happening around us. Very simple, and sometimes the more simple things in life are the ones that actually work better. We live in uncertain times, political, financial, business, consumers are changing around us. We're moving from one recession to, unfortunately, another one. The world is watching what's happening to the euro, and this week in which we're living now is probably going to be remembered as one pretty important to our future life. Technology is changing the way that consumers are interacting with brands and is really shaping a new reality. I think that we can really say that uncertainty is the new certainty for the future. And the unexpected is now something that has to be expected. But what we see shouldn't necessarily be what we think, because everything is happening so fast that if we just react to what is the last thing that has happened to us, we risk to make a catastrophic mistake. We need a deeper inspection. We need thoughtful consideration. So we've got to avoid reacting very quickly at all costs. Markets, business, consumers are not anymore isolated realities as they may have been in the past. We are in it together now. And I think that you may have all heard this new word which has appeared in the last few months, contagion. In the past, we used to have this say that what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Well, now it's no more. I'm Italian. What happens in Italy, it actually comes out of Italy very quickly, and it risks to affect the whole of the European community and perhaps the whole of the world. We don't have isolated silos in the way that we used to have it in the past. Rapid change is not a characteristic of emerging markets any longer. Yes, of course, rapid change characterized emerging markets, but it now characterizes all markets in the world. But at the same time, this constant change is also a huge opportunity. And to seize this opportunity is agility that matters most, both in business and for us as individuals. So I think you should always ask yourself, even when we're sitting here in this audience, what can I do to react to this last phenomenon, to this last change that the person sitting on my right or the person sitting on my left may not have seen? What is a new opportunity? What agility can I put in place that will influence my or our success? And technology demands agility. We are surrounded by new channels, new opportunities, new behaviors, new trends. It's certainly not business as usual, business as we may remember. I was in CES last week in Vegas, which, by the way, I would recommend everybody to either attend or follow very closely, because it's really where things are happening. It's a great learning exercise to understand how technology is influencing our business, how technology is allowing consumers to interface and engage with brands in entirely different ways. And for me, the single learning which came out of it, the thing which I noticed the most is the connected television. Nothing new, we've all seen it, we knew exactly what was happening. We've been watching this app environment being created around us, but I think that now has reached the sufficient scale to affect our daily business. TV manufacturers, Samsung, or companies like this, are becoming new owners. They're becoming new portals. With a click on an app on a Samsung television, you can access a program, you can access a series. You can give that program for free to advertisers in exchange of seconds or minutes of advertising. How are we going to use it? How is the industry going to measure it? How is this new opportunity going to influence our planning for the future? How are we going to help the brands that we manage to take advantage of this new opportunity? And of course, this is on top of everything else which is happening, not instead. I think we're living in an era where instead of doesn't exist anymore, it's always on top of. But at the end, everything is about response or reaction, and the two things are incredibly different. I think that my job at OMD, I've always defined it as one thing. I wanted to own tactical agility, and I'm repeating, tactical agility, which means rapid, measured responses, thinking in real time, not panicking in real time, like it's happening so often nowadays. And to do this, to really deliver tactical agility to our people, to the industry, and to our clients, we need to do three things. One is focus, always stay on the pulse. The second one is predictive intelligence, use modeling, software, information, data management, dashboards, every form of business intelligence to better understand what is going to happen next. And the third one is market confidence, the confidence of our clients in the agency to manage their business, and the confidence we need in ourselves in going to market in a different way. Tactical agility means that we should never miss the moment to reach me. The special moment, one of those billions of special moments in which to reach the single person has more value and more importance. One of those moments when it's the right time, it's the right place, it's the right message, it's the right audience to deliver the right outcome at the right price. There are billions of this, but they're so quick. 1 millisecond and they're gone. How do we capture all of this? How do we make sure we don't miss them and that we can really engage a brand and a consumer in that special moment? Well, I think that moment is made possible by the intersection of data, measurement, geolocation, experiences, new technology. And of course, more and more over the next 12 to 18 months by emerging touch, gesture, voice interfaces, which are happening and growing while we speak. So today I would like to have three suggestions. Today I would like to have three suggestions that I would like to share with you to strengthen what tactical agility means in business, in life, and it doesn't matter if it is a small or a big opportunity. The first one is be ready, don't stop. The world is not static. In the past we used to plan ahead for the year, if not for the 2 or the 3 years. This doesn't exist anymore. It only gives a direction of where we want to go. Everything is amazingly dynamic. We're building on new learning, new insight, new ideas. It's a very fluid situation. And agility really demands adaptation. One example I could think of is the work that we're doing for Intel with the value point systems, because having recognized that every connection being very different from another one, we just scored all of them. We scored all this infinite number of connections, so that by using modeling, we can always determine what one thing will generate, and the model learn by itself and generates a new perspective for the future, in always understanding what we're doing, where it is going, and what more it can achieve. The second lesson I wanted to share is be opportunistic and don't run. Change is not negative. Change is not the enemy we're fighting against. Change can be an opportunity, and certainly tactical agility requires a very positive outlook, so that we can exploit change to our advantage. As an example, I was thinking what has been happening in China in the second half of November and then in December, when a new legislation, new regulations were put in place, restricting genre and airtime. This has had the immediate effect of raising prices in a market where there is already hyper inflation. So we all, as an industry, needed to react very quickly because airtime was not available anymore. And we had 30, 40 days to find a solution. What we've done for all our clients, and we were the first one to do it, was to create new opportunities in multi-stream out-of-home in a market where you got screens everywhere. From hotels to offices, to lobbies, to underground, to buses, to hotels, to elevators. We moved one screen to another set of screens to be able to continue the conversation on alternative screens now that the main one was not possible anymore. The third suggestion I had is to be courageous and not to hide. We needed to own our own vision with confidence and with conviction. So indeed we had to learn, sometimes the hard way, working with some of the marketing or world greater leaders, people like Jack Welch, people like Richard Branson, people like Steve Jobs, of course. And we've learned from these people not just to react to change and what to do afterwards, but sometimes to drive change, because change came from the industries that they were representing in the first place. And I think the best example of a client we've learned from in this area is probably Apple, where we've learned how to create change, not just reacting to it as I was saying before, to dramatize this change, to conquer new communities and make them part of that family of change, and then using them to develop it across whichever part of the business was relevant at that time. At OMD we try to drive tactical agility in everything that we do. We're moving from strategic planning to scenario planning in order to make sure that we're always ready. We're moving from implementational planning to real-time planning to make sure that we're always opportunistic and always get that special moment that I was mentioning before. It needs to be a learning culture, it needs to be global, it needs to be informed by everything which is happening around the rest of the world, because our clients are expecting no less nowadays. So in conclusion, is it a danger or is it an opportunity? I think that in this room, you probably, 100% of you probably think it's a great opportunity, but in the real world outside, it probably is 50-50. Probably there are 50% of people that think that the change is more of a danger. But I think that in our business, we have to understand that tactical agility is the future of media. And again, I'm talking about rapid measured responses, not dangerous cavalier reactions that could threaten our entire business. Because agility will change our future in business and in life. Technology is empowering us, but with power comes responsibility. Because it's actually much easier to get it wrong today than it used to be in the past. Of course, if we get it right, we all know the pleasure of managing the unique opportunity which delivers so much to a brand. Where we're talking about a world of polar opposites. And I think that tactical agility will eventually shape our success. So my conclusion is that we should always be ready, be opportunistic, and be courageous. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you very, very much. I've learned that intelligence, precision, and also confidence and speed are the key drivers. How will you translate that into your organization? How agile will you be in that kind of process?
Well, we try, it's from the basic, we try to avoid rigid approaches to year planning. We try to think real time. We try to invest in tools, for example, predictive modeling and business intelligence, to help us always have the right information at the right time, to make sure we're giving our clients the right information at the right time to take decisions. We've got too much information, we've got too much data. We just need the one which is useful and the one that helps us to predict the future and to see where things are going. And at the end, we need to take decisions. We can't just wait and see. It's a matter of taking decisions all the time.
So it's really fun decisions.
It is. But it's good fun.
And very exciting. And I learned now that the planning within WPP or this OMD has changed now.
Don't call us WPP,
no,
please.
No, sorry.
Thank you very much.
It was a pleasure.